Om Shanti and greetings of peace. Once again, it's my pleasure to welcome all of you in a session this evening. And I know the topic in itself is such an interesting one. Easy steps to relaxation. I'm not sure why I create this topic. And even more so, I'm not sure what to speak in relation to this topic. Because I'm fully aware the difficulty and easiness, two opposite attitude in life. When we have the attitude of seeing the glass half empty, then it's quite challenging to change that mindset. So everything will be difficult, appear difficult. But if we have the attitude of seeing the glass half full, then everything will be easy. A professor once entered his classroom with a small glass of water. And he asked his class of students, what is the weight of this glass of water? And of course, no one was holding the water except him, but they did make guess. Some tried to explain to him that it must be X amount of weight. Sorry. And then he asked the class, if I keep holding this glass of the water for a few minutes, would you get tired? Would it become very heavy for you? And they say, not at all. So he asked the class, what about if I hold this glass of water in my arm, in my hand, for an hour? They say, that's fine. Small glass of water, holding it for an hour. What about if I hold it for many hours? Then they started to think. Said, your arm will start to hurt. How about holding this glass of water for a full day? By that time, the class was finding it very interesting. Maybe you'll have a sore arm. You will end up at the doctor, etc. So the professor said to them, this is exactly what happened that creates stress. There's something not going right or something that already went wrong, but we keep thinking about it, keep repeating it, keep holding it. It is as if we promise ourselves, to hold on to sorrow. It's like a promise we make to ourselves. One of the practices we do here at the Raj Yoga Center, sometimes we do it at the end of the year as an activity, but sometimes we do it several times in the year. And one of the practice is that we write a letter to God. Sometimes we do it every month. At some point in the past, here in St. Martin, we created a beautiful little box. And we encourage everyone to write a letter to God. In addition to this practice, we have a ceremony in which all the worry, all the sorrow, all the things of the past that we would rather forget, we write it all in a letter to God. And we actually go to the beach, to the waterfront, and collectively, we put all our letters into the ocean. And we promise ourselves never to take it back. And All Year's Night, sometimes instead of putting it in the water, we have a small bonfire, specially created. And we take all our complaints, all the things that cause us hurt, and we give them all to God, and we burn it. I want to encourage all of you to try it. Nobody sees what you write. In fact, the moment I think about writing to God, put all my problems onto a paper and give it only to God, not to a human necessarily, but to God. The minute we think about it, God picks up our thoughts. And who else but the purifier? Who else but the remover of sorrow? Who else but the giver of happiness? That is the one we should give our problems to. But make sure that when you write your letter and you burn it, do not attempt to save the ashes. Don't keep it in the corner. We have to be ready to give up that which causes sorrow. And all of us have had packages of the past, something that happened. Someone said something to me, someone did something to me, something happened to me, an event that I would not want to remember. I would not want to keep alive in my memory. So one of the things that helps us to free ourselves from burden is the past. Past has a lot of failures, disappointments, criticism from others, rejection maybe, all the things that give us sorrow or we allow to give us sorrow. We should put those things away because they are not beneficial anymore. And past is history. It doesn't belong to us. It is over. So can we make a list of all those heaviness, pain, disappointment that we connect with our past? Make a list of them and hand it over to God. Because that's the role of God. He said, give me your burden. Don't carry them. I cannot bear to see you unhappy. How can I see my children struggling and I'm there to carry your burden? So give your burden to the one who can remove it permanently. And you can do the same thing about the future. Fear, worry about what will happen tomorrow when I get older. So many people worry about tomorrow. So tomorrow has not been born yet. And what will remain if I seal the past, put it away permanently, and I hand my tomorrow into the hands of God and trust Him. Have the faith and the trust that God will ensure that my tomorrow will be okay. Now that leaves us with only today. And they say, one day at a time. Poco poco. In Hindi, they say dhire dhire. Slowly, slowly. And one of the things that creates stress is that we have many unfinished business. In our head, we have a list, a to-do list, to-do list, and there are many items on that list. And then we try to multitask. And when I multitask, I become more stressful. I cannot concentrate. So make a list and highlight number 1 priority, number 2 priority, number 3 priority. Prioritize what is of the most importance and open that file. I need to finish this first thing. Then close that file when it's done. And then open the second file. So there's no stress, no complication. Taking moment by moment. When I can do that, I will be able to stay relaxed, focused, calm. And when that happens, I'm in that state of being calm, concentrated, I can achieve a lot more than trying to run around, achieving, they say jack of all trade, master of none. So why aren't we relaxed? Because there's stress. And what creates stress? So mentally make a note. all the things that create stress for you, which obviously will prevent you from becoming relaxed. Because the two are opposite. Stress, worry, burden, as opposed to being relaxed. So contentment is one aspect of relaxation. If I'm contented, I can stay relaxed, cool. I can chill out. What brings contentment? So if I understand all the aspect of relaxation, when I'm positive, I can stay relaxed. When I'm negative, I cannot stay. I'll be hyper. I'll be burdened. I'll be heavy. And when I'm heavy, I cannot be relaxed. So what makes me heavy? What burdens am I taking? And the heaviest of all burden is negativity. Any form of negativity creates heaviness. And any form of positivity creates lightness. So ask yourself, am I more positive, less negative? Or do I have the tendency to be less positive, more negative, or the other way around? What am I? So positivity promotes relaxation. Calmness makes me relax. Cheerfulness makes me relax. Contentment makes me relax. Doing something for others makes me relax. Because when I'm busy doing something great for somebody else, I have no idle time to worry. So being constructively engaged is the road to relaxation. Sometimes when I have a lot to plan or prepare or research to do or some activity, I play in the background soft, atmospheric music. And I discover that I can listen to soft, atmospheric music for hours without getting bored, without feeling heavy, without feeling tired. I just play it in the background. And it really creates an ambience. And it soothes the spirit. It heals the mind. It puts you in a state of tranquility. So try it. When you find that you're getting stressed out, play soft, soothing music. And they're all on YouTube. Easy to have access to. There are times when I want to hear happy music, lively, happy music. I do that also. But even lively music, after a while, you think, enough of that. but soft atmospheric music. Really, really, you can continue for hours. And you move at the pace. It's like the music allow you to flow naturally. It brings you to a state of inner stillness, inner silence. We have a tendency to be busy in two ways, in sound and movement. Either we engage in conversation or we are running around doing things. These two habits steal our tranquility, our calmness. Few people can stay busy and easy at the same time. So sometimes we feel we get our importance, our prestige from being engaged, being busy. And we feel that if we are too quiet or too still, it is not enhancing our personality, our prestige. We think that anyone who is important is busy. But busyness, sound and movement is not the natural state of the being. Silence is the language of the soul. And it is only when we come in this body and we've been given a role to play, that's when movement takes place. You know, in the early days, they used to have movies with no sound, just movement, but no sound. Today we have both sound and movement. Sometimes we have the tendency to have the television on. Lots of programs going on, lots of noise in the background, because we feel it is necessary. But all these habits of running around and too much sound steals our ability to remain relaxed. Over the weekend, I was in Curacao for a couple of days and I was meeting a group of the ABC Island. And I remembered a scene. When I was living in Aruba, we got the news from CNN, the main news outlet. They were talking about there's a storm, a huge storm heading to the ABC Island. And it was my first exposure to hurricane or storm of any magnitude. So one, I did not know how to deal with storm. I had no experience, but also I had very little means of making the necessary preparation, like going and buying plyboard or having shutters and you know, all the things that are part of the preparation. I was not able to have them. I just took tape. I was told, take the tape and tape your window. Make X on your window. But what was important, it was so dramatic, my experience, that at a time of crisis, people tend to get very flustered, very excited, and they get involved in movement and sound. So I keep hearing people criticizing, or the government is not prepared, or the drainage on the island is not, okay enough to deal with lots of water. And I thought, a storm is coming. A storm of that magnitude as they were describing. And I thought, this is the moment when I have to keep my peace. I have to stay silent. I have to stay focused. I have to be so alert, because I will get the right touching what to do at the right time. So my intellect has to be clear. I cannot, and I absolutely cannot remain busy in my mind. I knew that. And I saw everyone was talking. They were talking with each other. They were making plans. They were rushing to the supermarket. They were shopping, grabbing all the stuff that they think they need. They were boarding up. They were having the radio on, television on, trying to hear as much as they can and thinking that the more they hear about the storm, more they will be prepared. And that moment, that experience was a life learning experience for me. I realized how the practice of meditation has prepared me for any form of adversity. And I thought, no, I can't do that. I can't even think about anyone and send any negativity to the government. I can't send negativity to anyone. I can't engage in any form of negativity. I can't afford it. I can't burn energy unnecessary. I need every ounce of my positivity. I need to conserve my thinking, think least, think less, and think positive. I knew I had to do that because I knew I'm at the mercy of situation. So silence, stillness, calmness, positivity is what's going to pull me through. I knew that. So I said, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go in the crowd. I don't want to rush around. I don't want to listen unnecessarily to the news. Bombard my mind with thinking what can be possible. And the other thing I did, I thought if I want to contribute to the safety of everyone on the island, not just my safety, but the safety of everyone, and I want to protect this island, I have to engage in deep silence. So I promised myself I'm going to stay awake all night. I'm not going to go to my bed, period. And I'm going to sit in meditation. And I'll send out that energy of calmness, peace. I will envelope the island and everyone on the island, enveloped them with a canopy of peace, silence, positivity. And we came out with flying colors. Very little damage was there, few trees here and there, very, very limited damage. And I don't associate that I am the one who made that possible, but I knew for sure I have contributed meaningfully to. And that's when I realized the benefits of meditation. You stay calm, you stay focused, you stay positive. You know that there is no need to burn energy, because every thought we create, we're burning energy. So in life in general, any adversity, any challenge that I have to confront, I'm confronted with, first thing I do, I apply silence. The least you say, the less regret we have. The least we say, the less apology you have to give after. Silence is golden. So whilst we have the habit of movement and sound, the real positivity that we need to engage in at all times is using the power of silence. Because without a body, there's no sound. So the natural nature of the soul is silence. Sitting at the computer here this afternoon, someone flashed through my mind. And within a second, I saw that person's name popping up on our participants list. I think of that one, and that one appear. We all have that experience. We think of someone, or they're thinking about us, and we picked up their thought. So silence is more powerful than sound, more effective. And relaxation is deeply connected with silence. Sometimes, if you want to feel tired and hungry fast, don't do anything. Just sit and think. And as you think, you're burning energy, and you feel hungry, and you feel tired quickly. So I'm not talking about absence of sound as being silent. I'm talking about silence of the mind. And coming back to the story of Aruba, across the road where I was living, there was my landlord. And that evening, when the storm was due, I saw the mother of the landlord arriving to stay over with her son during the storm. And as she came out, because I was on my porch, I could see her arriving, opening the car, and she started to pick up stuff. It was very interesting. She had her CD player in her hand, CD player in one hand, a guitar in the other hand. Then she started to take out stuff. Idly observing, I was thinking, if something is going to happen tonight, do I need my guitar? Do I need my CD player? What do I need? And it's amazing what we think about, what engages our mind and intellect. I was doing meditation course with a group of people in London many years ago. There was a special place that I had to go on weekends. And in that group, there was a air hostess. And so I was saying that when we have to leave this world, the things we are attached to and the people we are attached to becomes our greatest challenge at that time. And so I asked the group, what is it that you will hold on to that will not let you go in peace and not let you go smoothly and quickly? And as we began to brainstorm, the air hostess said, I can do without many things, but I really can't do without my washing machine. Now, I still remember her words. Imagine remembering your washing machine, remembering your washing machine when you're ready to leave this world. What do you remember at that time? So what engages our mind and intellect? What we are busy holding on to? When every time I hold on to something tangible, physical, I am reducing my ability to stay relaxed. Because all of these things that we hold on to and people preoccupy my mind and intellect. And when my mind and intellect is busy remembering all these things, it is not possible to feel calm, contented, relaxed. So make a note of all the things, all the people who engages our mind and intellect. Yes, we have to remember our loved ones. As parents, we have to take care of our children. That's a responsibility. We have to keep them in our mind occasionally because we are responsible. We have to take care of them. But sometimes we get so attached to them that it doesn't do us any good and it is harmful for our relationship with them. We hold on. We are possessive. I had a family over here on Sunday. mother, father, and two young girls. It was quite an interesting conversation. What the girls thinks are important and what the parents think are important. And yes, children feel different. They feel freedom is important. And parents think, no, you can't afford to have your freedom now. When you become an adult, you'll be free. So everyone have their own understanding about what's important and what's not important. Coming back to the subject, relaxation, and the idea of putting all your stuff of the past, all the baggages and burdens of the past, put it together and finish it once and for all. And promise yourself, I must not remember the past. The chapter of the past is closed. Don't store it in the corner of your mind, saying, I have to remember the past because past makes me realize who to trust, who not to trust, who to believe, what to believe in, what not to believe in. No, finish the past. And don't worry about tomorrow. It is not born yet. We're going to get there. And tomorrow will take care of itself based on our activity of today. Tomorrow will be born based on the seeds we are sowing today. So where should we focus on? We have to focus on today, making sure we plant the right seeds, we perform the right action, so that the fruit will be according to what I want. So burn the past, don't store the ashes. And then the other aspect, criticism. How do we embrace criticism and well-wishers? No, can we see criticism as someone who has good wish for us? Sometimes we see criticism as putting us down. But look back, just look back for a moment. All your experiences brought you where you are today. And you can be considered a realized soul today. And how you become a realized soul, the experiences of the past brought you where you are today. So you have to be grateful for your past. And therefore, what should be your attitude to any criticism from anyone? See them as your well-wisher. And how? Because the more they criticize you, you're able to take that criticism in a positive way and grow from it, learn from it. They're acting as psychotherapists without taking a fee from you. When people highlight your weakness, take it as a blessing, because your best friend wouldn't do that. They wouldn't want to hurt your feelings, so they wouldn't describe your weakness to you. They wouldn't want to criticize you because they don't want to end their friendship with you. people who don't like you, they will highlight your weakness. And they're the ones who are important in your life. When you can turn any negativity, any criticism, when people highlight your weakness and you can see the benefit from that, you can stay positive. And if you can stay positive, you're on the road to stay relaxed. When you get disturbed, you can be relaxed. When you're negative, you can be relaxed. When you overthink, you can be relaxed. When you come into sound and movement too much, you can be relaxed. So easy way to be relaxed is all that which is negative, put it on one side. Movement, sound, negativity, worry, burden, stress, all of that you should put on one side. And lightness, peace, love, happiness, all these support your ability to stay relaxed. So to stay relaxed, you have to forgive the people who act like enemies, who criticize you. Forgive them, love them, embrace them, because they're helping you to grow, to mold yourself, to perfect yourself. If we are not able to change negativity and turn it into an opportunity, turn it into something positive, you can never get close to being relaxed. Two things come together to bring you relaxation: positivity. Positivity and staying peaceful. But what robs us of our peace? Ask ourselves, what robbed me of my peace? What makes me negative? And if I can put aside all the things that makes me negative and steal my peace, then knowing what they are, I can remove them from my mind, and I can instead take that which is beneficial. So turn negativity into positivity. Last week when I was doing the presentation, I was saying how any form of negativity are golden opportunity. Whether negativity from others, whether the event in our life is one that appears to be negative, it gives us the golden opportunity to use things that are lying dormant within me, which is faith. Faith stays dormant until doubt comes. And when doubt comes, I apply faith. When adversity of one form or another comes, I apply courage. I apply determination. I apply trust. All these qualities are there, but they're of no use. And they don't develop unless adversity. So why would we want to be relaxed? We can only choose to be relaxed when stress is there. So stress helps us to recognize the value of staying relaxed. Like the absence of light, being in darkness, make us appreciate more so light. So everything that causes you stress, the opposite of that will make you relax. So easy to remember. This is creating negativity. So the opposite of this is what I need to stay positive and to stay relaxed. This is creating worry. So the opposite of this is fearlessness, easiness, lightness, the exact opposite of that which disturbs you and make you lose your peace. That's exactly what you need. The opposite of that is exactly what you need. Easy to remember. I'm feeling stressed. So why am I feeling stressed? And what is the price of feeling stressed? I'm losing the chance of being relaxed. So what is causing me to feel stressed? Overthinking, thinking too much about others, thinking too much about the past, and you can't change others, you can't change the past. So you're reminded, stay in the moment. There are other cues of staying relaxed. Every now and then, pause, few minutes. We have a program called traffic control at our center. Every hour, a soft music will be playing every hour on the dot for a minute. When we hear that music, we step into a state of silence. We bring back our focus to the moment, to the present. And when you stop for a moment, then you realize, wait a minute, for the last hour, I was thinking about something that long went past, but my mind was caught up. So every now and then, every hour, 1 minute of silence. Recharge the battery, help you to refocus, bring you back into the moment. And you will pass the day like a breeze. No stress, no worry, no tension, a total state of relaxation. So remember, one day at a time, take on one event, one activity. Though you have a list of to do, just take up one event or one activity that you have to do. Don't try to do too many things. One of them. When you finish one, put aside that, then go to the other. And in that way, you don't get confused. You don't feel hyper. You don't get stressful. You maintain your positivity. And if you try to be positive, you try to stay calm, and the situation continues, just remember, time is the best healer. Everything will go. No need to get anxious. No need to get stressful. And don't try to take revenge. Somebody does something, don't even go there. Because things like jealousy, revenge, animosity, they bring us mental stress. Don't take anybody's behavior personally. And sometimes there are people in our life at work or at home, and you think, I can't stand that person. I don't know how to deal with that person. That's because you take that person's behavior personally, and you lose your peace, and you're not relaxed in their company. But if you watch that person as a detached observer, it's like you're in the office and you know this person is a troublemaker. They love to gossip. They love to talk about other people. They love to carry news. You see them in motion. And you see them approaching somebody. And you're thinking, look, there she goes. There he goes. I'm sure he's going to talk about me or somebody else. So you can observe that person from a distance, and you can see that that person is displaying their weakness. But since it's not relating to you directly, you can be just an observer. But let that same person turn around and come towards you. And you started to get hyper. You started to think, no, don't come here. And you start to get, irritated. And the person comes to you and display the same behavior. You can look at the person displaying that behavior and still not get upset. But the moment that same person comes to you with the same behavior, you get upset. Why? Because you're taking that person's behavior personally. Don't fetch anybody's burden. Don't take on anybody. Already we have lots on our plate, our own self-transformation. And self-transformation bring progress and bring peace. So where should I focus? On other people's weakness and think they're not changing when I need to change so much? Think about this. So how to stay relaxed? Stay positive. How to stay positive? Pay attention that you don't burn your energies in thinking and movement. Thinking and movement. Balance your sound and your movement. If you can reduce your movement and reduce your sound, I know the doctor will tell you move more, but don't get too busy running around. Balance it. So movement and sound rob you of the ability to stay relaxed, stay calm, stay at peace. You have to open your mouth to speak. You have to say something, say it, and then finish. Make it, speak sweetly, speak softly, and speak less. And you need to do things, but then give yourself little space to be still and reflect. So when you reflect what you did, you get feedback, then you are better prepared to continue. Avoid sound, avoid movement, avoid being negative. 3 things. Avoid too much sound, avoid too much movement, and avoid negativity at all costs. And you're on the road to staying positive, calm, and relaxed. I hope this makes sense. Easy form. Those who can meditate, please do so. Practice meditation, because meditation really helps us tremendously to maintain our calmness as well. So there's a lot of benefit in meditation. Some people do breathing exercises. Some people practice hatha yoga. They're all beautiful tools, meaningful tools. Any form of breathing exercise help to relax the muscles. You know, when you do breathing exercise, the air goes all the way into your, literally to your gut, deep down to the core of your body. And when you breathe deeply, oxygen gets into your system, you start to feel relaxed. So any form of yoga enhances your ability to stay relaxed. But more importantly, along with hatha yoga, meditation, in which you focus on what's going on in your mind. And when you observe your mind, you can observe the quality of thoughts, the speed of your thought. And as you practice concentration, the speed of your thoughts slow down tremendously. And you come to a point, you're thinking one thought at a time. And so when you slow down the speed of thought, you're burning less energy. So indirectly, you're recharging yourself. And as you continue to concentrate, you will realize that you are the one who is creating the thoughts in your mind. And then you can choose. Now I'm going to think about this piece. Now I'm going to think about freedom. When you concentrate, when you slow down the speed of your thought, you will begin to take control of your mind. And the one who takes control over their mind, they've become master. And the one who loses control of their mind become a victim, a slave to themselves. So what do we want to be? Victor or victim? So practice meditation. And one aspect of meditation, one part is to focus on the self, the soul, the mind. Go within and recognize the self. And recognize self means to recognize the mind and the intellect, which is faculty of the self. And the other aspect of meditation, one, go within, and one, go upward, connecting with the highest energy, the purest energy, the energy that is constant, unlimited, infinite, the energy that has no trace of impurity, the energy that is constantly beneficial. And that energy comes from God, the highest on high, the supreme amongst all souls, our spiritual mother and father. When you want to recharge yourself, your battery of the soul quickly, then connect with that charger, the supreme charger, the supreme being. So connection with God is of paramount importance to bring back stability, calmness, positivity, empowering the soul. Let me look at the time. Not sure what time is it now. Yes, time to close up. So thank you very much. Happy to have all of you joining us. Next week, same time, 7:30 to 8:30. Sometimes we go a little longer. And also we have meditation ready from 7 o'clock, those who can join us for a longer period of meditation. So let's pause for a moment of silence and then we close. Om Shanti and good night.